Hi everybody, it's Casey Williams. I want to show you my absolute favorite cars. It's a 2022 Subaru Outback Wilderness Edition. I love the jacked up ride height, I love the enhanced off-road capability, I really like the turbocharged four-cylinder engine, and I even like the hood graphics and all the trim pieces. And I really like this one because this one actually is my family's car. We also had a 2017 Outback, and we've loved both of those cars. But for our next Outback, we may get something a little more luxurious, maybe not quite as off-road capable, but we're struggling with that turbocharged engine. And for that, we're going to get a car like we have this week, the 2024 Subaru Outback Touring Edition. So you can really see some of the styling enhancements that have been made to the 2024 model that really do echo the Wilderness Edition. It's really been a very popular model. People like that look of it, and I think it's really nice that they're implementing that on the regular Outback. You can really see it here in the black trim in the front, a little more aggressive, the black grille, restyled headlamps. Again, just gives it a tougher look. You come around the side of it, they've also enhanced the wheel well covers here. Again, just a little more of an aggressive look to it, just a little sportier looking. You really can't notice it, but this sits almost an inch lower than our Outback Wilderness. So you get a little less capable off-road, but I don't think most people are going to notice it. Still plenty of what you need. 18-inch alloy wheels. And I also like, the satin silver finishes here on the Touring Edition. Again, this is a luxury model. It's got a little more of an upscale look to it. A lot more chrome. Again, on the Wilderness, this would all be black, but I like this, and I think especially in a luxury model, looks appropriate. Roof rack, also more traditional roof rack. It's got the crossbars already built into it. They spin across, you can put your rack and stuff on top of it. So a lot of flexibility there as well. I like the chrome on the door handles again. Just give it a little more bling, a little more upscale look. Come around the back, lower diffuser look, little bit of a brush guard. Skid plate look, although it's really just plastic. Power hatch. It is hands-free. And I've got a bunch of stuff in here I've been carrying around, but what I really do like, there's a lot of space in here. Again, my family, we've had two of them now. We have a 9-year-old daughter, and even when she was little, we had the bicycles and had the strollers. All this stuff fit in so easy. Drive 1,000 miles, go see relatives in Texas. Plenty of space for that. But I like the floor mat. I like everything stays nice and clean. Got nice handles here. Seats split, fold down. You can get pretty much anything you want in here. Even a nice little cargo cover. And Subaru really does a good job of thinking about all those little details. There's little hooks back here, so you can hang up groceries if you want to. There's a power port back here. And just looks really, really nice, and everything's really well put together. Even if you're getting out of a luxury branded crossover, I think you're really going to like what you find inside of the Outback Touring. And it really starts with the seats, very comfortable seats. The seats in my personal Outback are also very comfortable. I've sat in them for 1,000 miles at a time. Always been very happy. But I like these brown seats. They're made out of Napa leather. They're a little bit softer material with kind of the bluish gray stitching in them. These are heated and ventilated in the front. You got heated outboard seats in the rear, so everybody gets to play on that. I like the steering wheel too. It's got this nice soft leather, and this one happens to be heated. But I also like what they've done the dash and the trim, the stitching here. Everything just feels very well made, very nice. Everything's padded. A lot of vehicles with kind of a mainstream brand on, you get in the back and the doors are not padded, they're just hard plastic. Even the front's kind of hard plastic. That's not the case in the Outback. Everything feels like it was meant to be in a luxury car. It feels very nice. Touchscreen. The touchscreen has been a little troublesome in some of the past Outbacks with the startup being kind of slow. This one seemed pretty good this week. Mine's had a couple of software upgrades over the last couple of years. This one seemed to be working pretty well. And I like the touchscreen. When it works well, I really do like it. It's easy to find everything you need. It's very intuitive. Swipe screen to go through the stations. I like there's a proper volume and tuning knob, so everything is easy to find. And there's also some auxiliary buttons for climate controls. The defrosters are here, and then the passenger temperatures are here too. Dual zone automatic climate control. So it looks really nice and works really well when it starts up and kicks off quickly. My car, I've got the optional wireless phone charger here. This one doesn't have it, but you can get the phone charger. You just put the phone right into the cubby there and it automatically charges it. This has the Harman Kardon audio system, something I do not have in mind, which I wish I did have. This sounds much, much, much better. I really like the way it sounds. Got the power sunroof. And you also got a lot of safety gear. Subaru is really known for building some safe vehicles. And this has adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, has lane tracing assist, lane keep assist, blind spot warning, rear crosspath detection with auto brake. Pretty much everything you could possibly imagine to keep your family safe. Like it, not everybody wants a jacked up station wagon. Everybody doesn't want the idea of owning a station wagon. But what I really like about the Outback is it really is a crossover. It was one of the first crossovers to come out in the late 1990s, and every generation has gotten more capable and a little bit larger and a little more competent to this generation, which I really like a lot. And some of the advantage of this is you get a little bit of a longer vehicle, so when you put the back seats down, you can actually get some real stuff in the back of it. And because the body's not quite as high as a regular crossover would be, it's a lot easier to load stuff on the roof if you really want to put the bicycles up there, put kayaks up there. And a large percentage of our Outback owners do actually use that roof rack to do adventure. So I think those are some really nice things about it. But the thing I really like about the Outback is it drives like a car, because it is a car. Sure, it's on a little bit higher suspension, it's got a little fatter tires on it, but it is still essentially a legacy station wagon. And I think that's really a good thing for a lot of people. You don't feel like you're driving a big truck. You do feel like you're driving a nice luxury car. And this one I really like too. This has the same 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that I have in my Outback Wilderness. It delivers 260 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. It's got a continuously variable transmission, which I don't always love, but the turbo and the CVT work really well together, especially on the highway. It just feels very smooth. It is a quick vehicle. I was surprisingly shocked at how fast my car is. So this one with this engine, 0 to 60 under 6 seconds. They claim 5.9 seconds. To put that in perspective, that's kind of late 80s, early 90s Corvette kind of acceleration. So you got a 5-passenger luxury crossover. That's still pretty quick. Gas mileage also not terrible. This one gets 22 miles per gallon in the city, 29 on the highway. So almost 30 miles per gallon in a large 5-passenger crossover with all-wheel drive standard. So I think that is really decent. But some of the things I really like, it just feels solid. You just go over bumps, you just boom, 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 boom. Nothing squeaks, nothing rattles. This does have torque vector in all-wheel drive, so it'll over-rotate the back a little bit, just kind of sharpen corners just a little bit. And so it doesn't feel like a big, heavy car when you're driving it. It feels pretty athletic, and I really like that as well. But overall, it spends time on the highway, and even this one, we took it and drove it to my grandmother's house a couple hours away and came back over the weekend, and just reminds me how comfortable it is. And I really do like the Touring Edition. I like these seats. This one has the lower extension for the driver, so you can extend it out a little bit like you do in the BMWs, so it's even more comfortable. I like the soft leather steering wheel. Everything just works really well together. And the reason that my family has bought 2 Outbacks is because they're a lot of value for what you get. You're really buying a mid-sized crossover at the price of a compact crossover from a lot of their competitors, and a better one at that. So the Outback starts just under $29,000. This one, with just about everything on it, $42,795. And I think if you shop this against other vehicles, I think you'll be really impressed. Well, next week, one other fun car. Until then, storm forward.